Hey guys, it's Shelby and Michelle with FHL. Today we are talking about how to make your home more elevated. It's all in the details.
All in the details.
Today we were over at our Parkplace project installing hardware. I honestly didn't know that hardware would be so eventful. There was a fireplace feature, lots of different things, and we will be mentioning those as we give you guys practical ways to elevate your home. Some of these are full-blown to be considered when like a new build or renovation, and some are just little quick fixes.
Yeah, just ways to uplift your home and give you a little zhuzh in every room.
Yes. So the first thing is having a focal point. So when we were at the Parkplace project today, we were focusing on the fireplace because that really is the feature in that room. So you don't want everything to be a feature. I mean, not everything can like have a moment, but you don't want to overwhelm.
Right. So for me, fireplaces are the best way to warm up a space. And I mean, the heart of a home is a hearth, right? And so these are clients that are like some of my favorite because they have 4 fireplace hearths. And the outside is just your standard brick that goes along with the outside of the home. But on the inside, we really wanted to make each unique fireplace in each room something special.
Yeah. And I don't think it's about super over the top. This is just a kind of Venetian plaster look. We learned a lot from Diane while she was installing it.
Yeah.
Well, she's actually only done the sample and then we left, and we'll go back in a little bit. But it's just adding texture and adding just a place that draws your eye in there. So in a kitchen, that might be your vent hood. In the living room, it's normally your fireplace. My fireplace is even faux. So it could be different styles. You don't have to have modern, like Stephanie's is more traditional. We have fireplaces that are all millwork, stone.
Well, one of the things that she told us, which is a great tip, if you want to really update and uplift your fireplace and say you've got this like kind of orangey brick or something that you don't love, you can actually take this and go over the top of it with a Venetian plaster finish. Used to be in the day that we saw a lot of Venetian plaster, then we haven't had that for quite some time, and it's really coming back in style, like you said, on fireplaces and vent hoods and just really strategically in different places.
Yeah, one thing I did want to mention that was interesting when I was having the conversation with her was a lot of people are scarred at making investments into big focal moments because of committing to trends like the Tuscan days. We all did that crazy glaze on that heavy trowel finish on your walls. And, she said even back then, she's been doing this for 33 years. She said even back then she told people this is not really, you need to calm it down, do a softer finish. So you don't have to go so trendy that you're doing something that is going to just because you're elevating your home and you're doing a designer detail does not mean that you need to do something that is going to date your home eventually.
Yeah, so we did that in our home when we built in the country. I had some faux finishes done on the wall, but I just did light glaze. And then at the end of the day, I did light texture, light glaze. When it went out of style, I was able to paint right over the top of it, and it didn't have to be gutted and ripped out.
Yeah. So I liked that she mentioned that because we don't want you to be nervous. We want you to be excited. We want you to like find that focal point.
Yes.
Make that moment in your home and get excited. So, Mom, I have a new product for you to try. I'm into luxurious long eyelashes. And so I've been using Prime Prometics, and I thought we could share it with our friends for today's video. It comes in navy, black, and brown. So you have your choice. Which choice today?
Let's try navy.
Okay.
I haven't had navy for a while.
And then I'll do black. And we're gonna do a before and after so you can see it. They have clean ingredients that actually benefit you. They make your eyelashes grow longer. It is water resistant, so it doesn't smudge, it stays in place, and it lengthens your eyelashes.
Look at this.
It really is.
It's beautiful.
So you can compare this eye to this eye, dramatic. It looks more open, lifted.
I like the blue.
I know, it kind of makes your eyes look more green.
That's what I was thinking. They look bigger.
They do look bigger.
Michelle here. I wanted to pop in and mention that Prime Promedics is made for mature women, and I can already tell improvement in the health of my lashes. I really, really love this product.
The navy actually deepens the color of Mom's green eyes, which is
Makes
really
them look bigger.
makes her eyes look bigger.
It didn't take layer upon layer upon layer.
No, but when you did layer, it still looks clean and
It
nice.
looks clean and nice. No clumps.
No clumps.
No clumps.
If you would like to try Prime Promedics, you can use the link in our description. There is also a code for 10% off, and I cannot wait for you to try and enjoy. So that's what we did in that upstairs, and I feel like it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be great.
So another way to elevate your home, this is probably more for a new build renovation, but you could do it one room at a time, is making features with stone. So in this particular home, we've done this a lot. We've made backsplashes and ledges and even done like a little arch feature in the laundry room with the same material that the countertop is. And I just feel like it elevates it, especially that bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would confidently know that either someone is really good at planning a home design or they hired a designer.
Yeah, and again, these are not features that are going to be so dramatic that it's going to date your home. I think one of the key for me is to use a stone that is really neutral and not go like super crazy and not go with whatever is.
I just have to interrupt you. This woman, my next thing was to talk about how you use stone to make a feature in your bathroom, and that is a crazy stone.
Okay, let me just say this. If you are not afraid, if you are someone who can go all in and you know you love it and it's something you can commit to and that it's going to be something you can live with for a really long time, then maybe go with a wild color scheme or texture or blend. But for me, one of the other things I also really have not done is to do whatever is really trending at the moment. I just feel like if you're going to use, everyone has really done a lot of the white quartz, maybe have it with a little bit more of a golden or warmer veining so that it doesn't look like it just really dates you. And use what you love.
Yeah, I think the safest bet if you're going to do a stone feature is doing a natural stone. So a marble, a quartzite, a granite, something like that that's actually comes from the earth. Some of those things you can find still have a wild look. I mean, we went to Kips Bay last year, which we're going again this year, and Ginger Curtis from Urbanology did a
plum. It was plum.
And
purpley plum.
And it's from the earth. And
it was some of the last of this particular stone out of this mountain. Actually was the last. And so
it was like $1 zillion.
It was $1 zillion. However, it was for a good cause. Kips Bay is,
We don't know much about the organization.
Well, we really don't, but it's supposed to be for a good cause. And they do love to feature wilder side of design. The interesting thing, if you guys don't know, we're fixing to go to Kips Bay tomorrow. Let me just say this. If you've never been to a Kips Bay show house, is that it is actually a home of a person, and that person hands the keys over to Kips Bay, and they bring in the best designers from all over the country and give them each a room. And those people kind of have to say it's carte blanche. And then they come home And sometimes it's probably shocking. What I would love to know is the reveal to the homeowner, what that looks like.
Yeah. Kips Bay, if you guys could open the doors to us to allow that to happen, I feel like you need to know that would market your cause.
Yes.
It would be a lot of fun for me personally. What are the other benefits for them?
Oh, there's so many benefits. We can't even name them all.
Yeah.
But
so go ahead and let us do that.
yeah.
But yeah, it is strange because every room's different. They don't have like a cohesive thread at all. But
hey, this year I did a little preview. It looks like everyone has a cohesive look. Okay. It's all threaded throughout.
Okay, I'll link the video last year. Some of you guys loved it and some of you guys did not. So we have chosen to not share this year, but we will pop up video.
We can pop up video right now.
Right now. But it's not going to be a dedicated video.
No, not a dedicated.
Because you guys don't like that.
No, y'all, that had some visceral reactions for that Kips Bay.
Okay, get back to the point.
Okay, back to the point.
Okay, so stone features. If you're building, if you're renovating, I think thinking about extending your countertops in a unique way that either makes a shelf, makes a backsplash, makes a moment. That the great thing is for our client, they had the backsplash budget, which was, probably intended to be tile. We actually, we did not go over that by doing this. So It's not gonna, if you're already planning on renovating, you're already gonna have a backsplash, just make a little moment. Get a little creative. There's a lot of ways to do this. Stephanie from Blooming Ivy Lane had a little, there's a girl in Abilene, Rebecca Gibbs, I believe. I just saved hers. She also in the bathroom for our Parkplace project, we kind of had a unique situation where they made the backsplash go up a little taller than we had said, which was...
We wanted it to drop down where the vanity was, and they didn't. And so we just made a call to redo the mirror.
Which is, you got to problem solve. If you're going to be in the design world, you got to get creative. But what I loved about Rebecca was she had these little moments. And so you can do so many different things. That was a solution I was thinking about. It didn't really go with our clients' feel, but you can do so much. So whether you're modern, traditional, you're just completely wild like Ginger from Urbanology.
Or me.
Well, you are not quite as far as Ginger. I mean,
I would do that purple.
I
would do it.
Okay. So it is interesting and it is art. It truly is. I don't think if you can create art with your design, I don't think it could go out of style because it's so
beautiful.
Number 3, matching paint.
Well, we have a wallpaper that is going into the powder bath. It's a Schumacher. We actually saved money by using some wainscoting, and then wainscoting. Y'all help me. You got to help me, y'all.
Texas.
Yes, Texas. So we did that. And then once we came in with the wallpaper, we realized that the wainscoting and the vanity were a little too bright white. And so we color matched to the cream in the wallpaper. And then we're going to repaint that little bit.
Yeah. And so that's not finished, but it's in progress. Actually, the paint's in your car and we're delivering that this afternoon. But that is really going to elevate it. You can see that done in many different ways. People are even color matching their wallpaper these days. So we just partnered with Love versus Design, and you can literally pick a million colors for your wallpapers.
Well, the wallpaper that we have in my powder bath also comes with paint. We use wood chip and magnolia, and also Farrow and Ball. You can find wallpaper and paint that kind of color coordinate.
Yeah.
Stephanie Benedetto, she used her range as a way to, pull paint in. And so she color matched her range for her butler's pantry and her office.
Yeah. So I think it's just about making a thread, whether it's through your spaces like Stephanie or just making it match, whether you're matching your wallpaper to an existing paint like you could do with Love versus Design, or you're matching your paint with the wallpaper. It just makes it look so intentional. I think elevated is intentional. That's really the key here is, does this look well planned, well thought out? Like, if you looked at our plans for Parkplace, the reason this is all coming together is because it was on paper, you know?
Yeah.
And so really, no matter what your style is, how you want to execute it, if you can plan it, you can make a beautiful elevated home on many different budgets. I'm cautious to say any budget at this point in time.
Yes. Building is a little bit more pricey these days, any renovation, but they're with paint, we always like to tell people
they're cost effective.
They're cost effective ways.
Yeah. Number 4 is millwork.
I love millwork. Millwork is something that's traditional and timeless, but also trending. And so if you want to add character to your home, put in some millwork.
Yeah, the picture frame molding like you have in your bedroom, the beadboard we put in the bathroom. There's really so many ways to, do it. Stephanie Benedetto has all that trim work in her entryway, which is cool because then it leads to the wainscoting in her living room and then extends into the cabinetry. I don't know that you can overdo it.
No, but you also don't have to feel like if you have millwork in one room that you need millwork in every room.
Yeah.
You can thoughtfully choose. I personally only have millwork in 2 or 3 rooms in my home, right? And it's very cost effective. Our bedroom wall was big blank, just kind of boring. So we just simply use the picture panel molding. You can get that at Lowe's and install it yourself. You've done that before.
I did DIY my daughter's bedroom doors. I want to do the rest of her bedroom with that feature. I will not be DIYing it again, not because it was super hard, but I think I've called it on being a DIY.
What? Oh my goodness.
I love making the design plan.
This is what happens when you have your 3rd child. DIY is just out the door.
I haven't had my 3rd child do it.
Well, I think you're preparing yourself mentally. I am not a DIYer.
Yeah, I think that was, but it is actually an easy project, especially if you're only doing the doors. But you can see that even a flat panel door can just be completely updated. Your living room was a great example. The shiplap on your ceiling, the trim around your windows. It just makes a moment, but that is one of those things that when you're elevating your home like that, it's not going to go out of style. So we could even title this video ways to elevate your home without going out of style, because I think that's where people are like, if I'm going to make the investment.
Right.
But here we were inspired at an estate sale of a home that had to be, I think it was a 1960s home.
Yeah, it was an older home, and I loved this millwork and the ceiling treatment with the shiplap, and I came home and I just dreamt about it, and then
here we are.
It happened.
Yeah.
Dreams come true.
Even really old homes, like the cottage in McKinney of our firm from TMKF Home. She has shiplap everywhere.
Everywhere.
And you just know the story of the home.
Right.
It just feels there's so much depth there because
most of that was original to the home. They did add some, but oh my goodness, her home is so beautiful.
Good. Okay, so the last feature to elevate your home that we're going to talk about today, there's many other ways, but hardware and lighting.
Yeah. The bling, the jewelry, the everything.
Yeah, I think if you can get great lighting, and we had to do this kind of creative in this home. Actually, the homeowners never gave us constraining budget. They were never like, we must spend this much on lighting. But there were certain moments where we decided, okay, I think that's not worth it.
Right.
So for the stairwell, we literally found that visual comfort light from Facebook
Marketplace.
How impactful is that stairwell?
So impactful, so beautiful. When the shades are on, it's going to be so amazing. And I would include mirrors, because custom mirrors or mirrors that instead of just putting a big sheet of glass up, to get something with a frame is just going to also elevate your space. And these things, the hardware, the mirrors, the lighting, we like to play a high-low game on those. And in other words, when you come in to this home, shockingly, in that powder bath where we have the Schumacher wallpaper, we have a like $50 mirror or something. It's very inexpensive.
So yeah,
Okay.
you can definitely mix. You see that really well in many spaces that we've toured. Your bathroom is a good mix of the mirrors. Your lights were very affordable. Your
Wayfair.
hardware was not.
Amazon. So we find these, I'll always order a sample of hardware too. That's like a key, because sometimes it comes in and it is not at all what you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
But with hardware, lighting, mirrors, the bling, we like to make sure that it elevates the space, whether it's a more cost-effective choice.
I would say another comment on that you do really well is it's also a mixture of your lighting. You don't want it to look like you went to Home Depot and chose something in a line. Like, you can look in Mom's spaces. She has the drum lights in the dining room. Then you go to the lantern lights, the gold ones in her kitchen. And then we've got beads. And then we've got oil rub bronze in the living room. I mean, it is such a mixture, but you feel like you're in defined spaces. It defines each space, but it's still cohesive. So like in the Parkplace house, we mixed it up in the living room and added a fixture with a little bit of patina. We went mostly bronze upstairs, gold downstairs. We could have mixed it up even more, but it just made sense. And so I think
2 of the bathrooms, we did mixed metals. And our clients are a little bit afraid of that. And so one of the ways that I brought it in and made it less scary for them is I would use, like, say, a robe or a towel hook that literally had both the bronze and the gold. And so that made them feel like this is supposed to be.
Yeah. So we've toured Cabin Interiors. They mix metals really good.
Yes.
And I asked her how she did this, and she said she just tries. You know, isn't that annoying? When they're just like, really what you're saying when you say that is you're just that good. And I just need to just try to be like you. But I love the mixed metals. I do think that makes a home look intentionally designed. It's more artistic. It's more interesting. I do think that some people have done it and it looks like you aimed and you missed, but a lot of people have done it so good you don't even notice they mix metals. Hardware day was more eventful than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were just going to pass on the box.
Hey, you want to know a pro tip on mirrors? If you want a custom looking mirror but you don't want to take down that sheet of glass, you can just frame it out with wood.
Well, I did that in mine.
I did that.
When did you do
it? In my master, in my primary bathroom. I did? You did? I did. You talked about it? Sorry. So, twice. Talked about that. Twice is nice. Okay, if this is something that really kind of stresses you out or makes you feel overwhelmed, we would love to be able to help you. And so we do offer design consultation calls, and you can log on to our website and
I'll have the link down in the description, and you can put photos and give us resource. And even if you just want to take the hour and ask us questions, should I paint my room this color or this color? Do you like this light or this light? And kind of phone a friend and use that time. We have hour windows and we're trying to do them on Fridays.
Yes.
And so if you would like to do that, I think it would be really fun to answer your questions. We do always answer questions in the comments, but sometimes people ask and they're like, I know I can't leave a photo here. I'm like, man, it would be nice to see a photo, to hash it all out, because I think you could accomplish so much just with a little confidence boost of knowing that you're making a good decision.
Yeah, just a little mini design session.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you feel like you can accomplish an elevated home. I would love to know your tips in the comments down below. What are we doing next week?
You know I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow.
Okay, well, what I'm hoping that we're doing next week is decorating for Christmas.
Oh, I thought we were tearing down a house.
We are either. We have 2 choices. We are either tearing down, like fully demolishing a house.
Or putting up Christmas.
Who knows? You guys comment and let us know what you want to
All
have.
right.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching. Bye.